with a chance to take the lead. Kaepernick, end zone, Crabtree, broken up, picked off. This game is over.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to 12 Minutes Every Time. As usual, I'm Mike Bailey. This is Ryan Bailey, and we're here to review the Week 4 win, huge win, Monday Night Football, 24-3 against the New York Giants. Center stage, it was beautiful. Everyone was watching, and we dominated them. We should have dominated them more than 24 points. Anyway, this as usual. This is 12 minutes. We're going to do this right now. Boom. All right, Ryan. We've been leading with this topic week after week. Our O-line really played well. Starting tackles were out. We had to maneuver dudes in the middle of the game. We were moving our starting center to left guard at one point. It was quite impressive.
Yeah, it was, dude. Again, we've said it every week. Evan Brown, that great pickup in the offseason. I mean, just such a step up for us. Now, he doesn't, it's crazy. Like, we've got both our guards go down. We gotta figure out what to do, right? And they move him over to left guard, and he still plays well. He still stays healthy. He stays consistent. We bring in a different center, right, to come in, and the team played so well. Like, the offense, just what Shane Waldron is doing, putting Geno in great positions to get the ball out, putting, even Drew Lock in good positions to get the ball out was what we have. Like, Anthony Bradford had a few penalties here and there. He's a rookie, and he plays he's a fighter, dude, and I love it out of him. I love it so much.
Very impressed with them. I was definitely thrown off by the fact that we moved our center to left guard real quick, but that made a lot of sense at the time, and it worked out well for us.
Yeah.
And again, we want to give credit to the running backs and tight ends. They were chipping. They were picking up blitzes. Very, very impressive. That's what we need. We need that camaraderie. We need that communication. That's obviously one of the most important aspects of football is your offensive line.
Yeah.
Moving on. DK had a great touchdown. I forgot how he termed it. It wasn't a deke. I think he said it was late hands, where it was a play in the back of the end zone and Geno found him. And he also had another impressive play using his hands on a post. We're not afraid to go at him, and we're not afraid to rely on him in the red zone or on big plays.
Dude, DK, that touchdown on DK, it's one of those great catches where he throws his hands up late. Like, I was like, oh, he doesn't see the ball. Boom, throws him up, gets that catch. That's awesome. I mean, Tyler still had a quiet game, but still great game. I mean, Noah Fant breakaway, like Drew Lock to Noah Fant. Just love it, right? Because, those are the guys we got for us, dude. And they go out there and they go dominate for us out there. It was a really cool thing. I was still a little disappointed in Jackson Smith, man. Like, you got to catch that football. Drew's out there. We got a backup quarterback in there. That thing was right on him, and he drops it. And that's back-to-back weeks he's dropped it. And all offseason, you're on Seahawks Twitter. They're like, oh, he's got the best hands. Just drop anything. And, back-to-back games dropping things. It's a little frustrating to see, and we need more. We need him to step up more when it comes to things like that.
Yeah, and maybe they're not using him the way he wants to, and maybe he's a little frustrated. He did have as many targets as Lockett, which led the Seahawks with 6-6. But he only had 3 catches for 5 yards, so very disappointing. And I'm sure he's very disappointed in himself as well.
Yeah.
Another thing I wanted to point out about the offense, we only scored 2 touchdowns, but they were important touchdowns. One was led by Drew Lock, but the other one was the TD to Metcalf was off of a forced fumble, and that's what we want. We want to score off turnovers. They only had to go 70 yards, but still.
That was a great play. I mean, we're talking about, Daniel Jones is a big dude. Like, he's a tough guy. And he shared a tackle. I think it was Uchenna. And then in came Mario Edwards from behind and got that sack fumble. And then, Jordan Brooks picked it up. It was awesome to see. I mean, the D-line was just all over the place, getting everything we needed. But that's so important for us. We need to score off of turnovers. We need to score touchdowns off of turnovers, right? It's just demoralizing to teams. It really is. And everyone knows that's what's happening to you. It's like, oh man, we just took it away from your offense and scored on your defense. Like, we're better than you. So we got to keep doing that. That was a good thing out of what I saw this week.
Yeah, and like I said, we only had to go 7 yards, but Drake, that's what we should be doing if we're creating turnovers inside the 20. Guaranteed touchdown. There's no reason we should. All right. One more thing before we move on to the defense. we got to see Drew Lock. Unfortunately, Geno did get a little banged up. Luckily, it wasn't something where he had to leave the game entirely or was going to miss a few weeks. But we did get to see Drew Lock, and I think that was really good for him and for our offense and communication and everything.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all about it's all about the next man up. It's a Patriot thing, but next man up, next man up. Like, everyone's got to be able to be ready to play. Drew Lock came out there and he led us right down to score a touchdown. I know it was a breakaway from Noah Fant, but whatever. It was going to be a first down with Noah, right? Yes. And with Kenneth and Charbonnet, you got no issues with Drew Lock being out there. I mean, prefer Geno, right? He's one of the best. He's top 10 quarterback right now in the league. And, having Drew out there, he can hand it off to Kenneth and Charbonnet all day. But he threw a dime to Jackson Smith, threw another terrible pass at one point, but then threw a great pass to Noah. And Noah did what he needed to do, put the team on his back, got down to near the end zone, and we handed it off to Kenneth and we scored a touchdown. That's how we win games.
It was a 9-play drive. So that was good for Locke to be out there that long. And for everyone, because everyone, it's all suddenly you're throwing a wrench into the gears, and it's just, you change up. You got to quickly focus on something else for the next 10, 15 real minutes, and hopefully it's not longer than that. And luckily, Geno came back at the half. All right, we're going to move on to the defense, which we're a little more excited about talking about. Devin Witherspoon thrived on the center stage, Monday Night Football, 2 sacks, passes defended, big hits, and obviously the huge exclamation point was the closing of the door with the 97-yard pick six to give us that third touchdown and really put the game away.
Dude, the first game, Devin, I was not in on it. I was like, damn, wow, I did not like what I saw out there. Got touchdown scored on him. He was just too, I guess, just too excited, maybe just over enthusiastic on plays, things like that, just out of position a little bit. Got targeted so many times. Just keeps getting targeted. Yeah. Next game, dominant, right? Just, it doesn't allow big plays, doesn't do anything, gives up 3 catches for 30 yards after 13 targets. And then this game, they target him again, pick 6, right? Running backs try to run to his side, big hits. You playing the nickel, right? Playing the slot. He's out there playing the nickel. He's not even a nickel. He's not even a nickel corner. He's an outside corner. And I think I said it in the pregame. I was like, I think it's gonna be him playing that nickel. I think it's gonna be all him. And he just went out there and he just showed, I can play any position on this field, and I will be the most dominant player out there. And that's amazing. I can't believe it. I love his swagger. He's flexing afterwards. It's awesome.
No, you're right. It was such an impressive performance to see. It was great for everyone. And then that's what we wanted to see. We will mention this again, probably. The other pick that the Seahawks really wanted, or fans wanted, was Jalen Carter, who the Eagles eventually took. And that's going to be a comparison for the rest of his Witherspoon Seahawks career. And obviously it looks good after this last week. He has, I think he has more sacks than Carter at the moment, and he's a DB. Yes. So, but yes, back to your slot. When he's the defender in the slot, are we going to get greedy and want to keep him there? Because a lot of times then he's paired up with Woolen, and they have Woolen and Witherspoon on the same side. Now, could that be a good thing or a bad thing? Are we exposing the other side too much?
Well, what we could do, possible, right, is have Woolen on one side because he's been so dominant on one side. No one wants to throw it to his side, right? And then you've got, Witherspoon running around, in the slot, in that nickel area, really covering up the middle of the field. And then you have, whoever, Trey Brown, Michael Jackson, whoever on that right side, and you can have over safety help, right? Because I think did Quandre get a pick too?
He did. Quandre got a pick too, later on. Yeah, it was overthrown. Later on,
things like that. It just.
Sorry, so I was going to say someone blitzed. I think it was Bobby, to be honest. And Bobby had a great game. Bobby came in and just made Daniel Jones hold it a little bit longer and move to his left, and he just overthrew it. I mean, it was just a great pressure. It shows how even a half a second or a little bit of pressure really affects the throw, and it's not just all about sacks. But we only have about 3 minutes left. So Witherspoon, amazing. We love him. Now we're going to praise him and love him. But 11 sacks, that's might be just as impressive as seeing our rookie DB out there. Bobby with 2, Witherspoon with 2, Brooks with 2, Nwosu with 2. So 4 different players with 2 sacks.
Yeah. But then it's not even just them. Miles Adam also got one. Mario Edwin's got a sack fumble, right? And Moffitt got one as well. So I mean, yes, it was a slaughter fest out there for that D line. They were able to do whatever they want, but everyone was winning. That's what's great. You want to see. It's not just one guy over and over. It's not just like a TJ Watt over and over again. Everyone's getting those reps. Everyone's beating, showing them what they can do. Everyone's winning out there at one-on-ones. That's a great feeling on our D line. Bobby had 17 tackles. Just want to throw that out there. He's having a phenomenal season for us. I'm loving everything about what they're putting together now on defense. I mean, still putting a team to 3 points. That's amazing.
Yeah, that is. You're right. In the NFL, holding a team to 3 points is great. And that was back to the Witherspoon 97-yard pick six. That was the 11th play of that drive for the Giants. Talk about demoralizing when you score off of turnovers, and then when you get some type of turnover on downs or anything to create after a long drive, that boosts your defense up as well. We got about 2 minutes left. I did want to mention real quick, yes, Edwards, huge sack, even though it was one, it was the forced fumble, and we got sacks on all three levels, DB, linebackers, and D linemen. Very great. Yeah. All right, so quickly, we have a minute and a half left. We'll move to special teams. Very quickly, Myers, another miss. He did hit his 3 extra points, but another miss, and I believe it was very ugly off my memory. It was far left, I believe.
Yeah, it was an ugly thing. I mean, that's one thing we need to clean up. We still need to clean that up. We're doing great on run stopping. That's also something we don't need to clean up anymore. And then we still need to do better on third downs for offense. That's something we also need to do better on. I mean, special teams wise, Myers not doing great. Dixon dominant, and our boy doing massive punt returns. DJ Dallas doing big kickoff returns. He's just, when he gets his opportunities, he's just making great decisions.
Dixon, 3 of his 4 points were inside the 20. But yes, let's go back to what you just mentioned. Our special teams is number 2 in the league, I believe you said.
Yeah.
And so we really need, besides Myers and misses, we don't need to fix that. But you're right. We need to be better on third downs, on converting them and stopping them. You're right. They get better in the run game, and obviously our pass rush showed up very well. So there's probably just a lot of just little tweaks here and there we need now from week to week.
Yeah. I can't wait for the pregame, our pregame show for the next one. I know we got to bye next week, but we got the Bengals coming in. We're going to the Bengals 10 a.m. right? Yeah. And it's kind of like a little trap game there. I'm a little worried because they need to win. They're not playing well, but we're good on 10 a.m. games. We are good at 10 a.m. games.
We are. You're right. Once again, we traveled even for the Monday night game. We traveled 2 days in advance. So we kept on that same schedule as we normally do.
Dope.
It was great. We have a lot more to talk about. And yes, we'll definitely preview the week 6 at Cincinnati matchup. That'll be a tough one. But we're excited about it as well. So, all right, everybody, This is 12 minutes of your time. Thank you very much. Go Hawks. 3-1, 3 wins in a row, second in the NFC West. Let's kick some ass.
Woo! Go Hawks, baby. Love it.
Hawks.